week we are talking about weddings, and I'm standing here in my wedding dress. This was my favorite part. I love my sparkly, shimmery, blingy, crazy dress. I loved this dress. My husband and I just celebrated our 8th wedding anniversary, and I thought it would be fun to talk about weddings. I love talking about my wedding. That's kind of what happens after you have your wedding, is you just can't stop thinking about it. It was one of those experiences where I really wanted it to be about family and about being together, and I wanted all my favorite people in the same room. And so we did like an entire weekend. I got married in New York, even though I was living in Arizona, and so we got married at a Christian camp that I grew up going to, but it's beautiful with just, there's woods and there's cabins and there's a giant lodge with rooms upstairs with big fireplaces downstairs. And so we got married in the little chapel in the woods up the hill from the lodge, and then we all kind of walked down, and it was during the fall, so we took pictures out in the freaking leaves, and we had the reception in the lodge, and it was just beautiful. You know, the night before we had a big family dinner for the rehearsal, and my father pulled me aside because we were waiting for the minister to get there, and he was in tears because the man that was supposed to marry us was his childhood best friend, who was a minister, and he wasn't coming. Turned out he had booked the wrong weekend and was just devastated that they weren't going to make it. And at the last minute, people were making phone calls to people in town, because we're not even in our own town, trying to find somebody who will marry us. So finally my brother found a pastor who came out and met us and talked to us, and his name was Pastor Kane. My husband was all excited because Kane was his favorite wrestler. But, you know, I had a moment where some other things went wrong, like we couldn't get the CDs to work, and we couldn't find one of the vests for the tuxedos, and I said, you know what? This is how I know I want to marry this man, is because I will marry him in Bermuda shorts and a tutu if that's what it takes to marry him. And, you know, all that other stuff, you know, a lot of people kind of want a wedding, and I just really wanted a marriage, and I wanted him. The night after the wedding, we all kind of stuck around and talked and had a fire, and we had a big bonfire and did s'mores, and I had that moment where I thought, God, you know, this is, if heaven exists, this is what it's like. It's being surrounded by everyone you love, supporting you, and just laughing and crying and having just the most wonderful moments. You know, so much of the stuff that we had in our wedding, I made myself. Like, I made all the table arrangements, I made my cake topper, I made all the bouquets, I made one of the bridesmaids' skirts. You know, but I wanted it to be special, and I wanted it to be something that was tailor-made to what I love, and all the music was stuff that wasn't real cliche. You know, I came down the aisle to Annie's song, sung by my brother. The song was originally done by John Denver, and it's just a beautiful song, and it was the perfect day. It was the perfect day, and people said that because there was a skylight in the chapel right over us. It had been raining all morning, and that when we kissed after they pronounced us man and wife, that the sun actually came out. Hello. So here's some pictures from my wedding, and I want to hear about yours. What's your ideal wedding? What is it that you want? What is it that you hope to have besides the most prettiest dress in the whole wide world with sparklies? Sparklies. I love you guys. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday.